Hey guys, and welcome once again to this channel. If you have been here and if you haven't, it is so very kind of you to pass by. I hope that you hit that subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, then make sure that your notifications are on so that you never miss a video. So for today's video, we're going to be DIYing this luggage tag, or more like these luggage tags. I have to say I almost failed at this, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. But if you want to see how I achieved these, then just keep on watching. Alright, so here are the things that we will be using for this DIY. You're going to need some self-laminating sheets, a folder or cardboard or anything else that you may want to use as a base for the tags, some stickers or anything else that you may want to decorate your tags with, some book rings, a metallic marker in the color of your choice, some scissors, and lastly, I did have some glue here, but I ended up not using it. You'll see what I mean later. And lastly, I wanted to mention that the reason why my folder looks like this is because I already used it at this moment for next week's DIY, which ended up taking longer, so that's why it's coming out next week. The first thing I'm going to do is take an item that is the exact same size and shape that I want my tag to look like, which in this case is going to be this little highlighter palette, and I'm going to trace that onto the black folder. I'm going to trace that 4 times because I am creating 2 tags and you need 2 pieces for each tag, and then I am also tracing the same thing onto a plastic sheet that actually came with the folder, but we ended up not using this. You'll see what I mean later, but I just wanted to tell you exactly what I'm doing because you will see the plastic piece later on and you might get confused, but just forget about that. You don't need it at all. Once I trace and cut all of my pieces, I'm going to go ahead and decorate the front of my tags. So since I am making 2 tags, I'm decorating 2 fronts, but you just do as many or as little as you want. So I'm just here decorating. You'll see that I keep changing it later on. You can just get super creative at this point and do whatever you want, but I just wanted to show you because it is part of the process at this moment. These stickers I found at Dollar Tree, as with everything else. They are so cute, but I don't know if you'll find them because things at Dollar Tree come and go very fast, and I tried to put this video up as soon as I could, but honestly I don't know that you'll find it. But you can decorate this however you want. You can actually put like some glitter on it or personalize it and put like your initials. I originally wanted to do that, but this turned out super cute, so this is just what I'm doing. So this one was supposed to be my second tag, but this is where everything went absolutely wrong, and I ended up disposing of this one because here is exactly what happened. Okay, so a few things have happened since I was last filming this DIY. First of all, I took off some of the hearts in this tag because I thought there were too many. That's one thing. The second and the most major change that has happened is that I actually finished one of the tags and I learned a lot from this one. So I'm going to show you all the mistakes that I made, starting with the fact that I wanted the, sorry, I just like scratched my phone number, but I wanted the actual info to like be removable, and so I left a gap. That's what this plastic is for. So I like glued that on top of the back piece of the tag, as you can see, but that just didn't work that well. It's coming off. Even when it was like shut, you could see like the white from the crazy glue, and it's just not a good look. And so when I was like putting in and taking out the tag, this just kept coming apart, so it's not good at all. The second thing is that in order to put the ring, I made some holes, and I was using this like more affordable hole puncher for that, and that was not working at all. After that, I tried to make holes with like an X-Acto knife. That did not work either, so I had to buy like a hardcore hole puncher, and that worked out perfectly. So if you do it this way, then I suggest you just get this. It's just, I made the holes with like no problem at all. And the last thing is that when I put the laminating sheets, I created some air bubbles because I applied it wrong, but then when I did the second one, I did it way better, so I learned how to put it. So we're gonna do that this time. And then also for the whole removable thing, I'm just not going to try to glue it anymore. What I'm thinking will work best is actually to have little labels, and then that way you just put your info on the label, put it on top of this, like without this plastic part. We're not using this at all, so forget everything we did with this. We're not using that. So I think the best way is to use labels, put your info on it, and then put it right on top of this, and that way you can just remove it because this has been laminated, so it should be pretty easy to remove. So that's what we're going to attempt to fix in this DIY. This was like my rough draft, and I don't like how it turned out at all. So we're going to make this one and then make a second one that's just similar to this one because I just like use all of these stickers. So that's the plan. Let's see how it goes. So now that you saw all of my mistakes, here is the correct way of using the self-laminating sheets. You just want to place whatever it is that you want to laminate on top of the hard plastic, which is the non-sticky one, and then with the front of whatever it is you're laminating facing up so that the sticky side of the laminating sheet touches the front of whatever it is you're laminating. Does that make sense? I don't know if it does, but if you're seeing it on video, then it's super easy. As you can see, you just want to make sure that as you're peeling the cover thingy, that you are pushing the laminating sheet down with something hard. I'm just using here my highlighting palette. You can use like a debit card or something hard like that. So once you're done laminating, you just want to cut around that to the size of the actual tag, but you do want to be careful not to cut too close, because if you do, then you'll just end up like opening the laminating sheet and then your item is just like exposed, and that just doesn't make sense. So just make sure that you leave like a tiny little bit of space between what you're cutting and the actual tag. So I already measured on my label exactly how big I want the label to be to then put it on top of the tag. So after I measured, I just want to cut that down to size and then just write my info on it and stick it right on the tag. This is going to be super easy to remove in case you do end up like moving or changing your phone number and you need to update your info on this. You could just peel it off and then stick a new piece onto it. I'm of course putting fake information because this is going on the internet and I'm not putting my personal info out there. But do you like how clever my address is? Tell me if you get it. And lastly, I'm just going to take my tags and put them through the hole puncher or perforator, however you call this, and then make some holes and then put my ring through them. And that is basically it. This DIY is honestly so easy after I figure it out, but I promise you I spent like hours on this. Actually more like days on this until I was able to figure out exactly how this would work. So I am here for you so that you don't have to spend days on this. It's going to be super easy if you follow exactly what I showed you in this video. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you do end up recreating this, make sure that you show me a picture, send it to me on Instagram or wherever. I would love to see that. And thank you so much for watching. Again, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and have a lovely Wednesday. Bye.